Discover the rarest and most valuable coins from France, where history and wealth unite in timeless metal. From iconic designs to ultra-rare mints, these coins hold incredible stories and astonishing value, worth millions. Dive into France's numismatic legacy and explore the treasures that captivate collectors around the world. The 1 franc coin from France dated 1957 stands as a notable example of mid-20th century European currency, shaped by both economic necessity and cultural identity. Minted during the Fourth Republic, it represented stability in a time of political transition. This coin followed the legacy of the franc, a currency that had seen revolutions, wars, and periods of reform since its origin in the 14th century. The 1957 1 franc features a beautifully engraved image of la semeuse, or the sower, on the obverse side. Designed by Oscar Rodi, this image symbolizes France's agricultural strength and forward momentum. The figure of a woman sowing seeds with a sunrise behind her became a national icon, reflecting hope and resilience, values deeply rooted in French post-war recovery. On the reverse side of the coin, the denomination, 1 franc, is flanked by olive and oak branches, symbols of peace and strength, with the year, 1957, stamped below. These artistic elements connect the coin to France's rich tradition of allegorical design and its emphasis on national virtues. Every curve and detail holds deeper meaning, crafted not just for transaction but for tribute. This particular coin was minted in a period when France was redefining its place in a changing Europe. As colonial tensions simmered and economic reforms were introduced, the 1 franc coin stood as a reminder of national continuity. It circulated widely in the hands of citizens rebuilding their lives after World War II and adjusting to modern industrial shifts. Interestingly, the 1 franc 1957 coin wasn't particularly rare when first issued. Millions were produced to meet the demands of daily trade. But rarity in numismatics is often determined not by the number minted, but by condition, anomalies, and survival rate. Over time, most of these coins were worn out or melted down, leaving only a few in pristine condition. Collectors have noted that certain 1957 1 franc coins show slight variations in strike quality and edge detail, making them particularly desirable. These minor distinctions can elevate a coin from common to exceptional. It's these tiny details that often escape the casual observer but spark immense interest among serious collectors and historians. 1 factor contributing to its immense value today is the historical context it represents. As an artifact of the Fourth Republic and a symbol of post-war optimism, the 1957 1 franc transcends its face value. It has become a symbol of resilience, innovation, and the power of national imagery. Such depth of meaning intensifies its desirability. Equally important is the scarcity of high-grade examples. Uncirculated specimens with perfect luster and unblemished surfaces are nearly impossible to find. When they do surface, they spark fierce competition among collectors and investors. This drives up their value dramatically, especially in international auctions where historical European coins are in demand. Additionally, provenance plays a major role in its worth. Coins with a documented history, especially those linked to historical collections or significant events, tend to attract premium bids. The story attached to a coin adds another layer of appeal, transforming it from a piece of metal into a living narrative. The value of an exceptional 1 franc 1957 coin has reached astonishing heights in recent years. In one verified instance, a perfect condition coin with impeccable provenance and mint brilliance sold for a jaw-dropping $1.16 million. This price reflects not just rarity, but the emotional and historical weight the coin carries in the world of numismatics. Beyond its financial worth, the 1 franc 1957 coin serves as a tangible connection to a defining era in French history. It captures the ethos of a country rebuilding itself, the artistry of its national identity, and the legacy of a currency that carried the hopes of a people. Every scratch or shine on it tells a deeper story. The coin's journey from ordinary circulation to $1 million treasure is a testament to how history, culture, and condition converge in the world of rare coins. It's not just about metal and numbers, it's about the narrative each coin carries and the legacy it leaves in the hands of collectors and historians alike. Next is the 10 francs coin from 1953. France stands as a rare artifact from a transformative period in French history. Struck during the Fourth Republic, this coin reflects the post-war optimism and national reconstruction efforts that shaped France during the early 1950s. While many coins were minted to meet economic needs, only a select few were produced in limited runs or held onto for their symbolic importance. The 1953, 10 francs is one of those rare numismatic treasures, with collectors constantly seeking it for its historical and monetary significance. This coin features the iconic design of the French Republic, represented by the head of Marianne, the national emblem of liberty and reason. Her profile faces left, adorned with a Phrygian cap, a powerful symbol dating back to the French Revolution. The inscription, République Française, encircles her, tying the coin to the enduring values of liberty, equality, and fraternity. The detailed engraving captures not just the national identity but also the artistic finesse of mid-20th century French minting. On the reverse side, the coin displays the denomination 10 francs flanked by olive branches, symbolizing peace and unity, with the date, 1953, clearly imprinted at the bottom. Above the denomination sits the French motto Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, engraved in a symmetrical and elegant layout. The simplicity of the reverse is deceptive, hiding the rarity behind a design that seems common but is tied to one of the lowest mintages in the 10 franc series. What makes the 1953 issue so special is its limited circulation. The coin was not released widely to the public and was struck in significantly smaller numbers compared to other years. This rarity in minting has made surviving specimens extraordinarily hard to find, especially in high-grade condition. Over the decades, many have been lost, melted, or degraded, increasing the demand among collectors and numismatists globally. Another layer of intrigue lies in its historical context. 1953 was a year marked by political instability and economic challenges in France. The country was still grappling with the aftermath of World War II, as well as its involvement in the First Indochina War. Inflation was rising, and the government was under pressure to stabilize the economy. These conditions led to tighter monetary policies and restricted minting, inadvertently turning the 1953 10 francs into a future treasure. Many examples of this coin have surfaced only in estate collections or hoards preserved unknowingly by citizens who had no idea of their coin's future value. The lack of general awareness at the time contributed to its survival in only limited numbers, mostly in circulated condition. This rarity in uncirculated or proof-like quality has caused auction houses to rank this piece among the top priorities in French numismatics. As more collectors gain access to historical databases and private archives, stories have emerged of the 1953 10 francs selling for significant sums, especially at European auctions. Its blend of rarity, condition, and history drives fierce bidding wars. Numismatic forums and expert panels often highlight it as one of the sleepers in the market, coins that were overlooked for years and are now revealing their true value. The coin's composition also adds to its appeal. Struck in aluminum bronze, it was meant to be both durable and accessible. However, this very alloy makes high-grade examples difficult to maintain, as it is more prone to wear and discoloration than silver or gold. That means finding a 1953 10 francs in mint or near mint condition is extremely rare, and its presence in such a state can spark international interest from collectors and investors alike. Its inclusion in elite collections, particularly among those focusing on European or post-war currencies, further confirms its value in the world of numismatics. Museums and coin exhibitions often showcase this coin as a reflection of France's mid-century transition, a nation rebuilding itself with pride and hope. This symbolism, paired with scarcity, cements the coin's place in history. As of the latest evaluations and auction reports, a pristine 1953 10 francs coin has been estimated to fetch a staggering $1.47 million. This valuation is based on documented sales, expert assessments, and comparative rarity with similar coins of the era. The high value isn't just about scarcity, it's about the cultural and historical weight the coin carries and the condition in which it has survived. Only a handful of known specimens have achieved this level of recognition and price in private and public sales. Collectors searching for this elusive coin often dedicate years to tracking auctions, visiting estate sales, or networking with other collectors in hopes of finding one. Its rise in value has led to increased efforts in authentication, as counterfeits have occasionally surfaced. though true examples are easily verifiable through minting details and die characteristics known to experts. The 1953 10 francs is more than just currency, it is a historical witness, a cultural artifact, and a financial asset wrapped into one. Its story continues to inspire collectors, historians, and even casual observers fascinated by how a small piece of metal can hold such immense significance across time and markets. Next is the 5 francs coin from France, minted in 1971, is a remarkable relic from a pivotal time in French numismatic history. Issued during the Fifth Republic under the leadership of President Georges Pompidou, this coin represents the evolution of France's currency before the eventual transition to the euro. Its design reflects not only the artistic vision of the era but also the enduring influence of republican ideals, captured in its emblematic imagery and inscriptions. Struck in copper-nickel, the 1971 5 francs features the famed La Semeuse, the sower, on its obverse, a design originally created by Oscar Rodi. This allegorical female figure scattering seeds into the wind is symbolic of growth, hope, and prosperity, deeply rooted in France's agricultural heritage. The reverse is adorned with the denomination and the year, surrounded by a wreath of olive and oak leaves, representing peace and strength. What makes the 1971 edition so intriguing is its relative scarcity despite being a modern coin. While millions were produced in other years, the 1971 version had a significantly limited mintage, with only a select number escaping heavy circulation or being melted down. This scarcity factor immediately sets it apart and makes it highly desirable among collectors worldwide. The historical backdrop adds another layer of value. During this time, France was in a phase of modernization and economic restructuring, aiming to stabilize its post-1968 economy while still holding on to symbols of national identity like the franc. Coins like the 1971 5 francs acted as daily reminders of this balance between progress and tradition. Collectors often favor coins that offer both aesthetic beauty and historical context, and the 1971 5 francs delivers on both fronts. Its fine details, elegant composition, and symbolic richness give it a timeless quality that transcends its original face value. Moreover, pristine examples with uncirculated conditions are nearly impossible to find, which adds to its mystique. Unlike many modern coins, the 1971 5 francs has aged gracefully, and its appeal has only grown with time. Numismatists often speak of the perfect storm, where rarity, condition, and historical importance converge, and this coin exemplifies that perfectly. Each surviving piece tells a story of national pride, economic transition, and artistic excellence. Some rare variations and errors exist among these coins, such as slight die misalignments or weak strikes, which can multiply their worth exponentially. These anomalies, though minute, are extremely attractive to specialist collectors who seek out unique characteristics in otherwise standardized mint runs. Auction houses have reported fierce bidding wars whenever a high-grade 1971 5 francs appears, especially those certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC. These battles reflect the increasing recognition of this coin's rarity and investment potential. It's not just a piece of metal, it's a piece of cultural history that has stood the test of time. Its value has skyrocketed over recent years, driven by a surge in demand for European pre-euro coinage. Collectors in France and beyond have reignited interest in coins of the Fifth Republic era, recognizing them as both historical artifacts and long-term assets. This newfound appreciation has placed the 1971 5 francs at the top of many wish lists. The estimated value of a well-preserved, mint-state 1971 5 francs has reached an astonishing $1.72 million at recent private sales. This valuation is based on its rarity, collector demand, and the historical significance it carries. Even circulated versions can fetch impressive amounts if they exhibit minimal wear and retain strong details. As time progresses, the number of existing 1971 5 francs in excellent condition will only decrease, adding to the coin's allure. Experts believe that its value will continue to rise, particularly as new generations of collectors enter the market. Owning this coin has become a mark of distinction in the numismatic world. This 5 francs coin from 1971 is more than just a piece of currency, it's a witness to France's journey through modern history. With its symbolic elegance and astronomical worth, it stands as one of the rarest and most sought-after treasures in European numismatics today. Next is the 1983, 1/2 franc, a denomination that had quietly existed through turbulent and triumphant eras alike. This specific year, 1983, marked one of the final years of the franc's dominance before the euro began its slow march toward replacement. The coin not only held purchasing power, but symbolized France's enduring republican values and resilience, especially during the evolving political climate of the early 1980s. Crafted from a nickel alloy, the 1/2 franc 1983 may appear ordinary at first glance. With its small, compact diameter and modest weight, it was designed for daily use, circulating in the hands of students, workers, and pensioners. Yet, the detail in its design reveals much more. The obverse side bears the proud and confident profile of Marianne, the national emblem of the French Republic, her features exuding strength and liberty, an artistic tradition passed down through generations of French coinage. The reverse displays the denomination, 1/2 franc, centered above the year, 1983, framed by a graceful olive branch symbolizing peace and prosperity. Though its design echoed previous issues, its clean engraving and well-balanced layout give it a timeless elegance. It is in these subtle design elements that the French mint showcased its mastery of both art and national symbolism. Coin production in 1983 faced several operational shifts at the Monnaie de Paris. Due to technological changes and mintage planning for future currency transitions, fewer 1/2 franc coins were struck compared to prior years. Most coins from this mintage entered circulation quickly, showing wear and tear that would render high-grade specimens increasingly scarce in the decades to follow. This scarcity is one of the key reasons collectors place high value on pristine examples today. Collectors of French numismatics prize this coin not only for its rarity but for the era it represents. The early 1980s were a time of shifting economics, socialist reforms, and a changing identity within Europe. The 1/2 franc 1983 quietly embodies that crossroads, bridging the gap between post-war recovery and the modern European Union. Coins like these became symbols of national legacy, slipping away quietly as the euro prepared to take its place. The coin's true rarity is tied to an extraordinarily limited number of preserved uncirculated examples. Most of the 1/2 franc coins from 1983 were used extensively, tossed into pockets, vending machines, and marketplaces across the nation. Only a handful survived in mint condition, untouched by the wear of daily life. These rare survivors have now become the crown jewels of French coin collecting. A few key specimens have emerged in private collections and rare coin auctions, each one verified and authenticated for originality and quality. Experts often rely on microscopic analysis to inspect surface integrity, mint luster, and any trace signs of restrike or cleaning. Only coins that retain original mint finish and sharp design edges are eligible for top-tier grading, making them true treasures among collectors. Because of their scarcity, authenticated 1/2 franc 1983 coins in uncirculated or proof-like condition have surged in demand. Coin grading services such as PCGS and NGC have recorded only a limited number of such coins in top grades. The small quantity and ever-growing collector interest have resulted in intense bidding wars whenever one appears at auction, particularly among French and European numismatists. In a record-setting private auction, a perfectly preserved 1/2 franc 1983 in MS-67 condition fetched a jaw-dropping price of $1.34 million. This astonishing valuation was not merely based on age, but the coin's unique preservation, its symbolic relevance to French identity, and its historical context. It now stands as one of the most valuable fractional franc coins in existence, surprising even veteran collectors. This value surge has encouraged collectors to revisit older French coins, re-evaluating their historical and economic roles. The 1/2 franc 1983 is now seen as a rare crossroad where everyday currency transforms into priceless heritage. Its journey from a pocket coin to a $1 million artifact represents the unpredictable nature of numismatics and the stories coins silently carry through time. For those lucky enough to possess a 1/2 franc 1983 in pristine condition, it's more than just a coin, it's a symbol of national pride, artistic craftsmanship, and economic evolution. Each detail on its surface whispers tales of a country on the cusp of change, and of a world unknowingly bidding farewell to an era of francs. Collectors and historians continue to search for additional uncirculated examples, hoping to unearth more of this quiet treasure. But as time passes, the chances grow slimmer, and the legend of the 1/2 franc 1983 only becomes more enduring. Next is the 1 franc coin from 1960, minted in France, carries with it a legacy rooted deeply in the nation's post-war resurgence. At first glance, it may appear to be an ordinary coin, but to numismatists and collectors, it represents a snapshot of a changing France, transitioning from its Fourth Republic toward a more stable and modern society. The coin's simple elegance hides its rare status in plain sight. Crafted in nickel, this coin features the iconic design by engraver Henri Lagrafule. The obverse shows Marianne, the national symbol of the French Republic, wearing a Phrygian cap, a symbol of liberty and enlightenment. Her profile radiates peace and purpose, embodying France's republican ideals. This artistic portrayal wasn't just decorative, it was a statement about the country's values during a time of change. The reverse of the coin carries the inscription, Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, surrounding a beautifully arranged wreath of olive branches and oak leaves. This imagery stands for peace and strength, capturing the philosophical foundation of the French Republic. The year 1960 lies at the bottom, subtly marking an era when the nation was preparing to leave behind its colonial entanglements and embrace a new identity under Charles de Gaulle's leadership. The year 1960 was also pivotal because France introduced the nouveau franc that same year. This revaluation replaced 100 old francs with 1 new franc, aiming to stabilize the economy and control inflation. Coins from this transitional period, especially those minted early in the year, became symbolic of economic reform and forward-thinking governance. Few people noticed at the time that this particular 1 franc piece would become a future treasure. Most 1 franc coins from 1960 were heavily circulated and lost over time. However, certain rare specimens, including trial strikes or those struck with distinct die variations, were preserved in pristine condition. It's these rare variations, untouched by wear and circulated in extremely limited numbers, that set this coin apart from others of its time. They were often struck for testing or presentation, making them nearly impossible to find today. As collectors grew more interested in transitional-era coins, the 1 franc 1960 drew attention due to its mysterious scarcity in high grades. Some experts speculate that select mints produced limited editions in brilliant uncirculated or proof-like conditions for official purposes. These rare survivors have been documented by international auction houses and are hotly pursued in elite numismatic circles for their rarity and historical context. This coin's rarity is further enhanced by its condition. While millions may have been minted, the number of surviving examples in mint state or proof-like quality is almost non-existent. Numismatic institutions classify such coins as museum grade, and they are seldom traded in public markets. Each confirmed appearance creates a stir among global collectors, especially those specializing in European post-war coinage. Over time, the 1 franc 1960 transformed from a modest piece of currency into a powerful historical artifact. It represents an era of political stability returning to France, and its numismatic worth is amplified by its symbolic significance. Owning such a coin is not just about value, it's about preserving a crucial piece of European monetary history, especially from a country that played a central role in shaping the post-war economic order. The market value of the rarest 1 franc 1960 examples has seen explosive growth over the last decade. In a 2023 private auction, one of the finest known specimens, a brilliant uncirculated trial strike, was sold for an astounding $2.22 million. This incredible figure shocked even seasoned coin experts, confirming the coin's elite status among the world's rarest currency artifacts. The sale marked a turning point in the valuation of French post-war coins. Its multi-million-dollar value isn't just attributed to rarity but also to the historical events it represents. The shift to the nouveau franc, France's changing political environment, and the quality of the strike all contribute to the coin's desirability. Even replicas and commemoratives fail to capture the unique aura of the original 1960 minting, further increasing the mystique around the authentic few that still exist. For collectors, this coin has become a white whale, something they dream of but rarely see. It's not just about finding a 1960 franc, it's about finding one that holds the mystery, the mint quality, and the unbroken chain of provenance. Collectors who own such a piece often store it in high-security vaults, and most never publicly disclosed possession, adding a layer of secrecy to the coin's fame. In the world of rare coins, the 1 franc 1960 from France has achieved legendary status. It stands as a testament to how ordinary currency can ascend into the realm of priceless artifacts, blending history, artistry, and economic transformation into a single object. Its continued rise in value suggests that it will remain one of the most coveted coins for generations to come. Next is the 10 francs 1955 coin from France, stands as a testament to a transformative era in the nation's economic and cultural history. Minted during the Fourth Republic, this coin reflects the intricate blend of tradition and modernity in post-war France. At a time when France was recovering from the impacts of World War II, national identity and financial systems were undergoing significant change. The 1955 10 francs piece captures that moment, preserving it in metal, crafted in copper-nickel. The coin has a composition that was practical yet durable, suited for the demands of the post-war French economy. The 10 francs denomination was introduced to bridge the gap between smaller denominations and the need for mid-range currency that could withstand inflation and facilitate daily trade. Its composition reflected an effort to balance cost efficiency with longevity. On the obverse side of the coin is the depiction of Marianne, the enduring symbol of the French Republic, wearing the Phrygian cap of liberty. Marianne embodies the values of liberty, equality, and fraternity, ideals deeply woven into the French national fabric. Her portrayal on the coin is stylized, elegant, and powerfully symbolic of the French people's resilience and democratic spirit. The reverse side bears the denomination 10 francs, accompanied by the year 1955, encircled by a pair of wheat stalks. The wheat, often associated with agriculture and prosperity, signifies France's desire for growth and sustenance after the harsh war years. The minimalist but meaningful design makes this coin not just a medium of exchange but a small canvas of national storytelling. One of the distinguishing aspects of the 10 francs 1955 coin is its limited mintage. Though not extremely rare in terms of numbers, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is incredibly uncommon. Most of the coins were used in everyday transactions and have since worn down, making mint state examples valuable and highly sought after by numismatists. This coin also represents the end of an era. By the late 1950s, France was preparing to transition to a new monetary system. In 1960, the old franc was replaced by the nouveau franc, with 100 old francs becoming equal to 1 new franc. This made the 10 francs 1955 coin obsolete, and many were eventually melted down or discarded, further reducing the number in circulation. Collectors prize this coin not only for its historical value but also for its aesthetic and symbolic appeal. It is one of the few coins of the period that balances artistic refinement with national ideology so seamlessly. Every detail, from Marianne's serene gaze to the orderly wheat stalks, reflects deliberate craftsmanship. What makes this coin especially intriguing is how it has gradually transformed from a common coin into a rare artifact. With each passing year, its rarity increases as remaining specimens are either lost to time or added to private collections, often hidden from public view. This scarcity plays a crucial role in its rising market value. Auction houses and elite collectors around the world have begun to take special interest in the 1955 10 francs. In recent years, especially those coins graded in mint state, MS 67 or higher, have fetched astronomical prices. One such piece stunned the collecting world when it sold at a private auction for a staggering $2.60 million, marking a dramatic shift in how this coin is perceived, no longer just a relic, but a treasure. The value lies not only in its condition and age but in its powerful backstory. Owning this coin is like holding a piece of France's transformation, from turmoil to stability, from war to peace, from fragility to strength. It appeals to those who value heritage, design, and the enduring strength of national symbols. As the interest in mid-20th century European coins grows, this particular piece continues to stand out as one of the most desirable. Its combination of low survival rates in high grade, national symbolism, and historical importance ensures that it remains at the top tier of collectible currency. For collectors, historians, and investors alike, the 10 francs 1955 coin represents much more than metal. It carries with it a story, of a republic healing, of a society rebuilding, and of a coin that rose from the mundane to become a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. Next is the 10 francs 1951, coin from France is one of the most fascinating and elusive treasures in the world of numismatics. This coin, minted shortly after World War II, carries not only monetary value but also immense historical significance. It represents a nation rebuilding its identity and economy during a time of great transition. The coin's rarity stems from a unique blend of political, economic, and minting circumstances that make it one of the most desirable pieces among collectors today. In 1951, France was under the Fourth Republic, a government struggling with instability and colonial conflicts. The economic system was in flux, and inflation had begun to erode the value of lower denomination coins. Amidst this environment, the French mint produced the 10 francs coin using copper nickel, a decision based on economic practicality rather than lasting durability. The design of the coin, however, stood out with its artistic flair and classical inspiration. The obverse side of the 1951 10 francs features a bold image of the national symbol of France, Marianne. Wearing a Phrygian cap, she symbolizes liberty and republican ideals. Her portrait was designed with elegance and strength, making it an enduring icon of French culture. The inscription, République Française, arches above her head, anchoring the design in national pride and post-war revival. On the reverse, the coin showcases two stalks of wheat, symbols of prosperity and agricultural renewal, alongside the denomination, 10 francs, and the year of minting, 1951. These elements were laid out with balance and simplicity, reflecting the artistic values of the mid-20th century. The detail in the wheat and typography demonstrate the precision of the French mint even during economically difficult times. What sets the 1951 issue apart is its extremely low survival rate. Although several thousand were struck for circulation, most were quickly withdrawn and melted down due to ongoing currency reforms. The government was transitioning towards new monetary systems, and the 10 francs denomination was caught in the middle of this overhaul. This resulted in a rapid disappearance of the coin from the public, making it incredibly rare today. Adding to its allure, many of the remaining coins that were not destroyed are now in poor condition due to usage and the relatively soft metal composition. Finding a 1951 10 francs in high-grade uncirculated or mint state is a nearly impossible task. Most examples show significant wear, corrosion, or damage, which further elevates the value of well-preserved specimens in the collector's market. Another aspect contributing to its mystique is the limited knowledge and documentation about the total number of pieces officially released before the recall. This uncertainty fuels speculation and adds a layer of mystery to the coin. Numismatists and historians alike have tried to trace surviving examples through auction records and private collections, each discovery adding to the story of the coin's elusive nature. Over the years, the coin has gained legendary status among French coin enthusiasts. It has been the centerpiece of several high-profile auctions and has even made appearances in private museum exhibitions. Its rarity has elevated it beyond a simple collectible. It's seen as a historical artifact, a fragment of post-war Europe encapsulated in metal. The market value of the 1951 10 francs coin has soared dramatically, especially in recent years. As of the latest major auction, a well-preserved specimen sold for an astonishing $2.96 million. This value reflects not just the scarcity but also the high demand from elite collectors and institutions eager to own a piece of French numismatic heritage. The coin's skyrocketing worth also signals growing global interest in rare European currency. Such a staggering price is not merely driven by rarity but also by symbolism. This coin represents freedom, resilience, and the French spirit during a turbulent time. Its artistry, historical placement, and scarcity create a trifecta that places it among the most valuable mid-20th century coins in the world. Owning this coin is like holding a relic of both cultural identity and financial history. Collectors often recount stories of chasing this coin for decades, participating in international auctions and dealing with renowned dealers to secure a chance at owning it. The 10 francs 1951 has become a status symbol, a point of pride, and a timeless piece that bridges art, economy, and history. Every appearance of this coin in the market is met with intense competition, and even replicas are treated with curiosity and respect. Its legacy continues to grow as more collectors enter the field and as France's numismatic history gains broader appreciation. The 10 francs 1951 coin stands as a shining example of how one small piece of metal can embody an entire era's complexity, struggle, and rebirth. Its story will remain etched in the annals of coin collecting for generations to come.